I got a story for him, man, that he probably don't even remember. So me and Win come over to the crib.
DJ Win.
I
always want to know, because Martell had its own slang.
I remember going to the club and Charlie Disco, Simpson Road. Remember hearing that song? As soon as they put it on, the whole club just lit up.
I know a lot of people dispute about the Atlanta rap game, how I got started, but it's all those talking about it who wasn't there in the beginning.
We some taste makers, we gon' make them taste, mixing all these flavors, they say how you make that. TMTv, they know how to break that. It's where my face at, outside where we make it at.
All right. Tonight we've got someone who is a legend in the house. But before I even introduce you, I already told you who it is, so y'all already know. I'm going to ask a question to Uncle Reggie, because I know Al know this.
Uh-huh.
Reggie, how good are you at trivia?
How what now?
How good are you at trivia?
Trivia?
Yeah.
A little, I'm all right sometimes.
All right.
Yeah, as long as it's music.
Okay, well, this is going to be music.
Okay.
Who was the first rapper from Atlanta with an album?
Who?
The first rapper from Atlanta to make an album.
That I know of?
Yeah.
Shadi.
All right. You got that one right.
Yeah.
Here's the real question.
Okay.
So I thought that was a soft one.
Uh-huh.
Who was the first rapper in Atlanta to make an album?
To make an album?
Yep.
To make an album or release an album?
To make and release an album in Atlanta.
That's a good one.
Y'all both, I'm talking to both of y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. Reggie, look to your left. Al, look to your right, and see who's in the middle of y'all.
Man, look.
Hey, first.
Okay, okay. Look. I was too drunk at Charlie Disco. Listen to Who Rocks.
Yeah.
So
hey, look
I ain't know you have.
The first rapper in Atlanta, in Atlanta, not from Atlanta, but in Atlanta to do an album is none other than D-Rock.
Wow.
Applause. Hey, look out. I want to ask you a question. Now, you said the first rapper in Atlanta to make an album?
Yep.
Now you got to give me a little bit more straightening on that, because I'm saying I actually thought Raheem was the first.
Nope.
No, he didn't.
Nope. Cutie Pie or Cutie Pie One Way album came after you.
Okay. You said the album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Album. Not a single.
Okay.
Not a 12-inch, but a full-length project.
Well, yeah, I guess I carry that distinction. You know what I'm saying? I never knew that. You know?
Exactly. See, and that's why I told you when we first hooked up. I said, I'm gonna tell you something. I said, what? I said, D-Rock, what is your claim to fame? And you said, I'm the first rapper from East Point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that ain't nothing. I laughed at you at that point. I'm like, you don't even know your own history, buddy.
Yeah.
I know y'all can't see me, so I'm looking through a computer here. But I'm just saying. So it was that aspect that I was like, I'm going to tell you when we get on there what your real claim to fame is, so you can start putting that as your tag as the first rapper in Atlanta to release an album. Because like I say, everybody want to say Shadi.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, let's look at Shadi and call it what it is.
So Shadi went to Florida and dropped it.
Boom. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he's from the Bronx.
Yeah, he's from the Bronx.
So that make you the first.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So I'm gonna go back. We're gonna start this off.
That's right.
So we're gonna go all the way back to when D-Rock was a little D-Rock. I guess he was a Pebble Rock. What got you interested in rap? Because I know you told me this story about you listening to this, was it Keith Pollard and Sans Souci and all that stuff?
Yeah.
And sleeping in a cupboard above the washing machine. Tell me that.
Yeah. I just remember when I was a little boy, we just moved from Boulder Park Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. Moved to
Adamville.
Martell Homes, East Point. So, like the hip hop game was just a little baby in the ATL at the time. So, you had guys DJing, break dancing, cardboards in the middle of the street. So I just remember when all us gathered around me, my homeboy Red and the Star. You know what I'm saying? He went to MD Collins, you know.
You did.
Rest in peace. And so all of us got together. We were just trying to decide what we were gonna do. But I just remember I said I'm gonna be a rapper, and you know I just try to be the best at whatever I do. But I remember when I was a little kid when I first heard the what is this the Sugar Hill Gang, the Rapper's Delight.
Correct.
Yeah.
I never forget this. I'm walking down the street, Calhoun Avenue. I hear the song. At first, I thought it was just a long commercial.
Okay.
You know, because I had never heard nothing like that before, right? So I'm listening. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I just know the next day I went to school, and you know, all the kids gathered around. We like, did y'all hear the song on the radio? So but I just so happened to memorize the whole song.
This long commercial.
Exactly. So I started rapping it. So I seen the response. You know, so I mean, girls like, you know. So I'm like, oh hell yeah. So you know. But yeah, you know, Mojo. I used to listen to Mojo, man. I remember I used to sit in my room, and Mojo be live at the San Sewer, him and Keith Pollard. So Mojo was that first rapper in Atlanta, man, and he's a big inspiration for me.
Okay, but tell me about this. You know, hiding from your mama in the wash cupboard or whatever.
Yeah. I just know I had to, you know, I should have been in bed at 10 o'clock, but you know, like, now this was a time when the only rap was played was on AM, you know, the AM radio.
Wow.
So so I had just come to realize that every night I see about 11 something, they would play Run DMC. So my mom be like, okay, Dave, you gotta go to bed, get ready to go to school in the morning, you know. So I'm like, I would tell her okay. I walk in the back room. As soon as she turned her head, I dip back around and run in little pantry and hide behind the wash machine because I was determined not to go to bed until I hear this Run DMC. So you know, I hid. I got my fix. I hid. Go in my room, dreaming about being a rapper, man. You know, and so I just stayed down. You know, studying dictionaries and learning word play, the lyrics, battle rap, and all that. So you know.
Okay, so with that being said, take a drink. You said wordplay, studying the dictionary.
Yeah.
In school, was English one of your better subjects?
Yeah. Actually, English was my favorite subject. When I was going to, I was going to Russell High, you know, which turned into Tri-City High. But yeah, that was my favorite subject. I remember when I used to get finished with my work quicker than everybody in the class. And the teacher would give me new words to study. She might say, I got a list of words just studying because, you know, I was doing a little rap thing. So you know, it had got to the point where I was looking every day, I was looking for the words that she gave me to study. And so you know, I had to not only memorize and learn how to spell them, but I had to know the definition because I knew people were going to be like, oh, man, you don't even know what that means. You know?
Exactly.
Right.
So, you know, I just believe in doing everything thorough, you know, no half-stepping.
Okay. So bringing that forward to, so you said you moved from, I guess, West Atlanta to Martell Homes.
Yes. Yeah.
What was life like in Martell Homes to help build this D-Rock character of rap?
Well, I will say before okay, let me go back now. My foundation in music when I was on Boulder Park Drive in Atlanta was I used to stay in front of the stereo every day and just listen to you know, like the Motown, the classics, Brother Johnson, and pretty much Commodores, pretty much everybody who was out at that time. So believe it or not, I was a singer, you know what I'm saying? Had a nice voice, you know. I used to sing, but this was before I heard rap. Okay, so when I got to Martell, so I guess what really got me into the rap was, like I say, you know, when I first heard the rap, but my foundation, how I got built was, we used to battle rap a lot. in my room. I used to sit in and write the rhymes and stuff. Come out every day, let them boys hear some of them freestyle, you know, kick the flows for them. But me and Swift, Lucky Calhoun, you know, we call himself Lucky now.
Right, that was DJ Swift C.
Yeah, DJ Swift C. So, you know, we used to go to house parties and rap, but I remember DJ Fonzo, shout out to DJ Fonzo. DJ legend. But I remember he was throwing a party at the Lamppost one night.
Shout out to the Lamppost.
So East Point had just did a sweep. You know, they came to the hood, sweep, you know, locked, you know, did a drug bust, locked the homeboys up. So
that's the East Point Police.
Yeah. East Point
they
Police.
Did a sweep.
Cobra unit.
Without a broom.
All right.
So I just know I went to the club that night, got on the mic. So I was just like, so I just started rapping about what happened, you know, in the hood, you know, like, you know, the police bus, you know, stuff like that. I didn't think nothing of it, but the next day, Fonzo, you know, Fonzo had it recorded on the tape. So the next day I hear it, and I'm like, you know, in the crowd reaction, everybody going crazy. So I'm like, okay. So, but after that, you know, we was up under the Fonzo tutelage. I say me, Ken. I think he got a company called Freak Beats or something like this.
Now Ken was the gentleman that played the keyboard.
Yeah, Ricky Frambo, good friend of mine.
Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out to.
See, I have to jump these things in because I was like listening to the instrumental.
Yeah.
I guess 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I really noticed that I'm like I never paid attention that there was keys on it. So of course, you know what I do? I pick up the phone. I don't call D-Rock.
Yeah.
I call Atlanta's first hip-hop producer of note, Brian Lasson, say, did you play the keys? And he was like, oh no, man, it was somebody named Ken.
Yeah, Ken.
Shout out to Ken, man.
Ricky Frambo.
Ricky talk about Boys to Men, 112, Destiny Child.
Yeah.
Am I leaving anybody out? Who else he produced?
Yeah, I would say them boys put in some work over
a whole lot of work, man.
And also I want to give a shout out to Las Vegas.
Yeah, man, and Dada.
Dada Tillman.
Yeah, shout out to Big Los.
Now, see, really, we really was the pillars of hip hop in East Point.
We some taste makers, we gon' make them taste. Yeah, mixing.
Getting back into your career, you said you was under the wing of DJ Fonzo and Master Rocker Kid Finesse, who did their album on Brian Lasseter's label.
World premiere.
Yeah, world premiere.
And if I'm not mistaken, you all programmed y'all's hit record on Brian's 909. Am I right?
Yeah. We made the beat on the 909.
You know,
and I was like, you know, I was in love with the 808, but you know, they were like, man, boys in the South, man, they do, you know, you're coming to 909. So you know, came with the 909. I just wanted the beat. I didn't care what it was. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna eat on it.
He said, no matter what it was, huh?
Yep.
So what was it like? Give me the story, because you've already told me this. Yeah, that's one thing I'd like, but I don't like about talking with people before we do the interview.
Right.
Is that I know stuff, then I may skip over stuff.
I know, but I don't know.
You know, but you said that you had to go around and collect. I won't say collect money or convince people to invest in you. Can you give me that story?
Yeah. Actually, I had to, you know, created a reputation for myself. You know, being a rapper. You know, I lived it, I breathed it, ate it, and did everything else with it. So, but I want to get in the rap game. You know, I wanted it, I had to have it. So, so I just knew you had the hustlers in the hood. You know. You had Charles Jr. and a good friend of mine, named Joe. You know, Joe Blow, rest in peace. He passed away, but you know, they was the boys in the hood. I'm talking about getting good money. You know,
Yes, sir.
15, 20 kilos at a time.
Yes, sir.
Allegedly.
So, well, no, I mean,
Allegedly.
I mean,
D-Rock.
truthfully-
Allegedly.
Yeah, okay, listen, okay, oh, yeah, my fault. I'm sorry. but like I say, one of them deceased. The other, you know, he he long gone too. So that's the reason I speak on it. But yeah, so you know, I just know I went to him. I'm like, man,
I really want to do this music thing.
well, actually, I like, why don't y'all start a record label?
Okay.
Y'all start the record label. Let me be the artist. Y'all sign me, man. You know, we can be like Run DMC, Def Jam. I'm telling you, if you sign me, I could make you a hit. So, you know, I didn't know if he was really listening or not, you know what I'm saying? But I talked to him anyway. But the next day, he's like, you ready? I'm like, ready for what? He's like, let's do it, man. I'm finna put this money behind you. But right then, I realized I wasn't as ready as I thought I was.
All right. So what did you have to do? Because at that point, all you was a rapper. So now you need musicians. You need
Exactly.
you know DJs.
But I will say this right here. There's a lot of things I didn't know, but I know the people that knew it.
That's
so-
where you start.
Exactly. So the first thing I did, it was this guy named Benjamin Middlebrooks. And you know, he's some kin to the Middlebrooks and Ohio Players group.
All right.
So but I knew he had a band, and he was a roadie for the SOS band. So I went to him, you know. So we didn't even know what studio we were gonna go in. So he said, first thing y'all need to do, man, y'all go in the studio, you know. I'm gonna turn y'all in the studio. So he turned us on to 25 Niskey Lake.
25 studio 2560.
60.
Yeah, Studio 2560 over there in Ben Hill near Jelly Beans. And so when he turned us on, you know, I was like, okay, let me get Fonzo. I got the cat to make the beat, Fonzo DJ. Ken make the keyboards, because you know all us growed up. You know, I'm seeing them doing this. So my thing was, I didn't have to look far. You know, let me get all these cats. And one thing I would tell them, man, look, all you got to do is be dedicated, and I'll take care of the rest.
All right.
That's just how confident I was in my ability.
So moving it forward, so y'all went to 25. You got all the guys together. Y'all go to 2560, and y'all lay down 2 songs.
Yeah, we lay down a single. First one was Who Rock. Mm-hmm. You know, I wrote in like about 10, 15 minutes, and then what the first one was Who Rock, which was I wrote it, and I had the vision of myself on the stage when I wrote it in concert. So I was like, you know what? If I was on concert, if I was on stage, audience out there, the first thing I'm gonna get on there is like, who rocked this mother, you know? So took it from there. So that was the first single. And the second single was one that I put a lot of effort into. You know, I actually had to study the dictionary to write it. You know, that's just I was committed to my craft. You know, because I was trying to be the best at it.
Excuse me. Stop. Say those words again. I think it was 3 words, 4 words. Committed to what?
Committed to my craft.
Which meant that you did what?
I studied, educated myself, and studied the dictionary because I wanted to be the best at what I do.
Say it again. Like, you was committed to your craft.
Yeah, y'all committed to the craft. Yeah.
Aspiring artist. Hear them words.
Yeah.
It wasn't about smoking no blunts. It wasn't about being with the bros. It wasn't about no smoking no trees. It was about being what? Committed to my craft.
Yeah, committed to the craft.
I got a story for him, man, that he probably don't even remember.
Go for it, brother.
Okay.
Got a story for him. So this is circa 1980 something.
Okay.
So remember Charles' house? They used to be on the hill.
Yeah.
On the little side, well, I don't say side street. When we first come into Martell, you got remember the apartments was on one side, the houses went on the other.
Yeah.
So me and Win come over to the crib.
DJ Win.
DJ Win?
DJ Win.
May
We
rest
come
in
over to the house. We hyped.
Yeah.
Because D-Rock is a legend in East Point. This one we was staying on Sylvan Road.
Yeah.
So we come over there, man. So we excited, man. So you, Swift over there. I can't remember who else was over there. We popping our tape, man. So everybody listen to, man. So I'm just. So D-Rock kind of like, yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Just keep working at it. That's
cool. Just keep working at it.
Keep working at it.
So with that being the case, we side streamed for a second there. I heard this rumor, D-Rock, and you have to tell me this is true. Like I say, being that you're the first rapper from East Point, first rapper at, I'm going to say Tri-Cities High School, even though it was Russell High School when you went there.
Yeah.
I heard this rumor that I don't know if you got your first royalty, you got some money, whatever, off the record, that you took everybody in the school, walked out of school, and took them up to the Crystal over there on Main Street.
No, you did.
Did that really happen? I've heard that so many times.
Well, I will say this right here. It wasn't everybody in the school, but it was the whole. You know what I'm saying? It was a pretty nice sized group, and but I always wanted to. Come back and show some love. You in school. But I just remember when we first started riding limousines and stuff. We used to ride, take the limousine through the drive through the Crystals and stuff.
He said we took the limo through the Crystal.
But let me finish what I was saying about when I was we was in 2560.
Okay.
So we laid it, we laid it down, and so Fonzo actually was committed to finesse, like
right.
You're saying rapper finesse, and so he was like he had to do his thing, so Fonzo was like, why don't you get with Swift? Now, like I said, all us growed up together, but I do say it because DJ a little bit, but it was that's the real name said, but I really was like fascinated with Ken, the skills Ken had.
Right.
Ken, DJ, keyboard, and a singer. Plus he can sing. So he had all the tangibles. Well, the intangible, tangible, one of them, well, actually both of them, I guess. But so we got with Swift. But I will say when me and Swift combined, I'm talking about, man, we like on the level of. I say Eric B. and Rakim, could I say L.A. and Babyface, or could I say Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis? But I'm saying that's just how good we meshed, and was cranking out hits. But anyway, when we laid the Who Rock, came out, so the next move was what do we do with this record?
Exactly.
So now Ben turned us on to the studio. But he didn't really want to have nothing else to do with nothing else. So we came out of the studio and we went up to
because the real money's finna get spent.
Yeah,
right.
So we went up to the came out of the studio with the song, with the band house, and I said, man, I want you to listen to the song we made. He said, and so I was like, I want you to be my manager. He said, nah, man, I can't be your manager, man, cause I guess he didn't want to be obligated, whatever. So I said, well, I tell you what, man, just listen to it, tell me what you think about it. So I put it in. Man, his eyes lit up. He like, that's you? I like, yeah, that's me. He said, what? I'm going to be your manager, man. Look at
that changed it.
Yeah, he like, man, look at, we finna get rich. Now, I will say this. Now, although I was confident in myself, I thought he was just blowing smoke at first, so that's why I say, as an artist, I always believe, if somebody say, now, I know nowadays you got a lot of guys that can't rap and people still tell them you good, but you got to believe in yourself, if somebody say you're good, just accept that, but always try to better yourself. But so Ben, agreed to be the manager. So the first thing we did was, I never forget it was the August of '87. They had the Jack the Rapper convention that same year. I mean that same month. And so we're somewhere over in College Park on Best Road or something.
At the Marriott.
At the Marriott.
Yeah, the Marriott. Okay. So Luke had went gold. I mean, Luke had just went gold. You know, I mean, he was the man. You know, in the South. You know. So I walk in the door. I see the cameras, the interviewing all up in his face. I'm like, I walk straight up to him. Hey, Luke, man, look here, man. I got the hottest single right now. You need to sign me. I'm telling you. So he like looked at me. He said, you got a radio or something? So we scrambling to get a radio. So we finally got one, you know. He walked off somewhere. So I bumped into Dave Hobbs, Mr. Mix.
Mr. Mix.
So I said, man, Luke said he wanted to hear this song right here, man. He said, well, just let me listen to it, and I'll tell you what I think. So I let him listen to it. He said, oh, Luke ain't signed nobody else, man.
Wow.
he said Luke decided Shotty, you know what I'm saying? You know, his name coming good. He said he ain't signed nobody else this year. So to me, I'm like, what? I'm saying, what? Man. He's like, man, I'm telling you. So and that was my first taste of, I mean, I guess you could say
rejection.
The music business. The business.
Well, yeah, the business. The business of. Oh no, we don't. I guess the business of. I don't know whether you use the word hate or something, but blocking if you want to say.
Yeah.
Blocking, baller blocking. I'm gonna say.
Yep.
So I know then actually yeah I can't forget this, but so we stood there for a minute, but the thing about it, Mr. Mix never left us. He stayed there the whole while talking to us, like keeping us in that one spot talking, and I'm like, so here come this guy up the hall, hoorah, dancing. He like, I like that. So yeah, I said okay. So we got to talking, you know what I'm saying? He introduced himself as Stanley Kirk Burrell, which is MC Hammer. Yeah, MC Hammer. I'll never forget it. He had on two big silver ropes, a Porsche sign and a Mercedes sign. So you know he doing his dance, and the funniest thing about it, believe it or not, while he was dancing, I mean, you had everybody looking at him like, man, who is this cat here?
I know that's right.
They looking at him like, man, he need to sit down somewhere. But I know, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I also arrogant myself that I didn't care about his number or nothing. So but I think we did exchange numbers. But I gave it to my manager. I gave it to my manager and all that. But so Ben was like, man, bump these people, man. Y'all got the money, man. Y'all can start your own record label. Now me, I'm thinking that's unheard of. You know, the only record labels I know is Warner Brothers and Capitol Records. You know, Atlantic Records. But you know, he showed us the whole game. You know, from the getting the business license, from the pressing plants, the whole works. You know, he even set up the radio promotion. So Ben knew his thing. So that's when we got with Brian Lester.
World premiere.
Oh, yeah.
World premiere Brian Lester. And I remember, I'll never forget what Brian Lester told me. He said, man, I had your record and MC Hammer record in my hand. Matter of fact, I think that was I'm gonna turn his mother out. I think he sampled from Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah, that was the first one.
That was the first thing.
Now, believe this or not, and I could go on record saying this, and I wish he was here today, and I had to say, you remember this now, but I'm telling you, when he heard that Who Rocked His Mother, he realized he had to have a crunk song or something. So therefore, when I heard his single, turned his mother out, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he didn't say Who Rocked His Mother, you know what I'm saying? Because that would have been like just straight up biting, what you call him today. But shout out to MC Hammer, man, you know, which like I said, I seen him in August, but later on that year, my bodyguard Pooh J, you know, Big J, rest in peace, Big Pooh J from East Point. But he was like, you remember this guy right here? I'm like, And again, I'm so arrogant. Who is this guy? So he said, you don't remember him? But he blew up after that. Couldn't get his name out of their mouths. You know what I'm saying?
We some taste makers. We gon' make them taste.
D-Rock. And D-Rock. All right, where we left off at, you all had made the record, you had got it out to Ben Middlebrook, you had met Hammer, you met Luke, everybody that hated on it and then bid on it. But my question is, you finally get it pressed, you get it out there through world premiere distribution, and it hit radio.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like? First time you hear that, that dream has now been realized.
Right.
Yeah.
The sleeping in the pantry over the washing machine is done.
Yeah.
The dream has materialized.
I'm on the radio.
I'm on radio. Now I'm listening to me on the radio. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, when that thing dropped, I mean, it just caught a fire so quick, man. You know, it even exceeded my expectation. You know, now don't get me wrong, I knew it was hard, but it exceeded my expectation. So, you know, the record come out, we do like about 10,000 copies in like less than a week. So
10,000 less than a week. That's $50,000.
Yes, sir.
Some of you cats these days can't get 10,000 streams. You had to sell 5 million streams to get less than 30,000.
What, 5 million?
Yeah, 5 million to get less than 30,000. He just did it at $5 a unit, $50,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Side note.
So you know, we start pushing this song, you know, and start doing the shows. We had got Raheem. You know, Raheem was my opening act at the time. So you know, we went through all the country towns in Georgia, you know, and you know, doing all the parties and stuff. And I remember we did this one, but I think a highlight. I remember I did this show with Heavy D was on the same. Rest in peace to Heavy D, but he was on the same bill. I think it was at Mar Brown Coliseum or something. And actually, it was my first show in Atlanta. So you know, fresh party, playing my music, playing the Who Rock. So I go out there, get on stage. You know, and I'm talking about when I go to singing Who Rock, I couldn't even hear myself sing the song. Whole audience in unison.
That makes it an easy night, don't it?
Yeah.
It feel good, don't it? Make it feel good.
But I must say at the time, you know, everything was going lovely. You know, the record selling. You know, people called me on the radio station. You know. And but I was still hustling in the street at the same time. So I'm saying I was like, you know, getting some good money in the street. So I never let the street hustling go. So kept getting in trouble, kept getting in trouble. And so, you know, I guess I lost focus of it. And so, you know, but I do got to give a big ups to all the cats like Swift C, Las Vegas, Dada, Frambro, Ricky Frambro, you know, all those guys that stayed down, you know. So, you know, I'm glad they moved on, you know, with their careers and stuff.
All right. So, being an Al already gave us a little reminiscence. I'm going to jump over here to Space Cowboy on Correct JTL.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wake you up real quick.
I'm here.
You have any questions for D-Rock?
Oh, man. Back then, who else had records out when your time? I mean, because I remember going to the club and go Charlie Disco, Simpson Road. And,
Charlie Disco.
And remember hearing that song. As soon as they put it on, the whole club just lit up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah. I had a big fan base over there on Simpson Road because I actually shot the video. We shot the video to Who Rock at the club on Simpson Road. What was the name of it? Was the Vet or something?
Yeah, the lamp. I never the Lampos.
I think it was the Vet.
It was right there over the railroad track, right there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, too many years.
But you said who was out? You mean who?
Yeah, during your time, I remember it was Tony Rock. Yeah. Tony Rock, Shadi.
You mean in Atlanta artists? Atlanta artists. Yeah, you had Shadi out.
And Raheem. Yeah, so you Let me
say this right here. Now, see, this is something I left out. The me and Sam, before I came,
Sam was out too, yeah.
Yeah, now you know, me and Sam used to battle.
Can't forget the Triple Crush. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sam used to come to Monte homes. We used to battle. You know, we used to battle. You know what I'm saying? We battled a lot. You know, he say beat me, but you know what I say. So actually, I told me and Sam had the same manager, same studio recorded in. So you know, we all started off careers pretty much the same thing. So really, it was just. Now I know you said Triple Crush. And,
Yes.
They had went to school. Didn't they go to MD College?
Yes.
Yeah, one.
Okay, yeah. They
we
went to school with
Two
my
of them.
home. With my homeboy Redden Star, rest in peace.
Yeah, I went to school with Star.
You Star, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, he the one that gave me that name D-Rock, believe it or not.
Nah, I didn't know that.
I'm serious. And,
Yeah, that was my guy.
You know, so he educated me on a lot of the hip hop. You know, the whole dress codes and all that. You know, so I give him that. And then actually, yeah. Since I mentioned him, and that's why on the album cover and on the Real Stuff album cover, you see us. We in Greenbrier Mall, Foot Locker. Greenbrier Mall taking the picture. And the reason I chose that for the album cover, because before I made the record, me and Star was in the street hustling, and you know, every Saturday we'll hit Walters and buy the clothes, and then we'll hit Greenbrier Mall and buy the shoes. So when we was going to Foot Locker, I tell the guy, you know what I'm saying, they had a basketball rack hanging up with all the celebrities like Run DMC, Houdini, all the guys had their names signed up on the
Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, Dominique Wilkins on the backboard. So I used to go in there with me and Star. I used to say, man, let me sign my name up there. So dude, like, you got to be somebody to sign your name up there. Who you is? So I like, okay, I'm gonna sign my name up there one day. So when my homie Star, you know, died. And then when it was time for me, and then so I came up with the record afterward. But then when it was time for me to shoot the album cover, that's the first thing I said. I want to shoot this album cover, Foot Locker, Greenbrier Mall, and I want to sign my name up on the backboard.
Okay, now on that album cover of the Real Stuff, like I say, I know, like I say, you're in the middle, and Swift C, I guess, would be, if you're looking at it, would be on the right, but it's actually your left. So who was on the right side of you?
That's my homeboy Stacy Lewis. Me and him was good friends before I made the record. So you know, when I came out, you know, what I'm saying, I'm like, okay, I mean, we friends then, we friends now. And plus, you know, a lot of guys helped me in my you know, other ways, you know, like keeping me grounded. So put like a lot of the guys that I kept around me was guys that were actually fundamental to my growth even before I was a rapper.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You know?
So, you know, just on the side note, because you can tell that all of them were shot at the same time. Your album cover was shot there, so was Dirty Red's single cover.
Yeah. Shot there, same time.
Shot at the Foot Locker.
Right.
Yeah.
Good old Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Big Al.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you another story, man. This one I knew. It was like early in the game, man, and I don't even think you put the if the D-Rock record was out, it was early.
Yeah.
I remember back then, man, all we had was the Fresh Party.
Yeah, Fresh Party.
1 hour a week.
1 hour a week.
And Fonzo was doing a party at Russell.
Yeah.
And you came up to Russell in the limo.
Yeah. I remember that.
And so me and Win over by the we always by the DJ booth. DJ wherever Fonzo, because Fonzo used to set up with the tables. Used to have like 2 tables in the front and 2 tables on the side.
Yeah.
And then the turntables in the middle. So Fonzo, you come through the side door to the gym. You know, them Russell parties was, you already know. I ain't even got to tell you, them Russell parties used to be jumping.
Yeah, one no party like a Russell party.
Boy, stop playing.
Russell party like a Russell party.
So a couple of people see you in the building. So it's like, Fonzo do the whole, Fonzo kind of do the whole little setup, man, and start start scratching the record. Yeah. And hand you the mic. And you were like, and we really couldn't make it out because it was so loud. And he was like, I guess he was just like, nah, I'm just chilling tonight.
Yeah.
and Fonzo to stop the record. We got D-Rock in the building, man. Yeah. So you was like, and all you said was, "Who rock?"
Yeah, that was it.
And they sung your whole first verse for you, man. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that, but it was a crazy night, man. And I remember me and my brother, because we were younger, not that much younger than you, but younger.
Yeah.
And that was that moment, man, that was one of those moments, man, them watershed moments you have in your life, man, where you say, I know for a fact what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to do what he doing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm glad I can be an inspiration, you know, because I was inspired by a lot of the guys before me, you know.
Yeah.
LL was, you know, my inspiration.
But you had a lot. But the thing about your inspiration is it really sunk in, because like you were the first one out of East Point, which if people don't know, that also means you was there before TLC, before Goody Mob, before Outkast.
First Southside period.
You know, not to cut you off, but I'm glad you mentioned them. But just like Cool Breeze, you know, shout out to Cool Breeze, you know.
Let's say Cool Breeze, like I say, they come out with Calhoun's, which is, of course,
name of the street.
The main street that runs through Martell.
Well, I'm gonna say this: Cool Breeze, I love them, but put out anything they talking about in Martell, the rap, the trap, whatever. But Cool Breeze come on the record, he talking about my life. You know, I actually remember telling Cool Breeze that story about when he was like, when they pulled up playing Rock the Bells.
Right.
The story that I told him was, I'm standing on the corner, me and a couple of guys, and it's a white Seville coming out, clean, bumping, playing Rock the Bells. Then you know how somebody come through with loud music, you know, you look, you like, oh boy, who is that right now? So, you know, we looking at like, who is that? So, Cal like pull up on us, jump right out, throw the handcuffs on me and lock me up, put me in the back seat and pull off.
The jump out, boy.
You know what I'm saying? I told him that story, you know what I'm saying? That was, you know, when he said they pulled up playing Rock the Bells.
Dirty South, you know, first,
you know.
So that's your life story.
Oh yeah. That's my life story. That's my life story. You know?
But like I said, going back, like I say, the inspiration of like I say, Swift C becomes Lucky Calhoun. You got the whole idea of Calhoun and Martell Holmes.
Right.
Like I say, of course, you got Dirty Red in there.
Yeah, you got Slim Calhoun.
Yeah, Slim Calhoun.
You got Cool Breeze Calhoun.
Yeah. So they did create a little movement, you know, which was which I loved at that. You know, they represented the hood pretty good.
Yeah, because I think it ended up parlaying. I think they ended up getting like a little deal too.
Yeah, they did.
I think it was Empire, one of the labels.
Oh. You know, they was down with the whole organized base and the organized noise
camp.
Yeah.
So we got to bring it forward because we're running out of time. Had to just cut it. What is D-Rock up to now? Because I know he's talking about making movies.
Oh yeah. Right now, I'm a writer, director. So I will be. Well, I've already written the script, so I will be filming my first project next month. The name of it is Up Against the Law, and so I'm gonna be the writer, director, and producer, and so I'm not gonna give away what they call it a spoiler alert.
Right.
So, but you know, it's I got a few scripts, but this is one this is the first one I'm doing. I actually got a script on my life. I'm trying to sell that, you know, because that's gonna be epic, you know. But I'm filmmaker now. CEO Martell Money Music, you know, Martell Money Music CEO. And I got my son, Prue Getty, you know, coming out with his single right now. So basically, you know, I'm writing the films, running the record company, you know, just trying to get back in this game, man, you know, and help shape the culture of hip hop.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. To me, the Who Rocks record is the first real Atlanta record. It was like the first record that didn't seem to be biting off of anybody else.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't sound like a Decatur record. It didn't really sound like a Miami bass record.
Yeah.
It was just a different record. So to me, you were the first record. Your record is what started the whole Atlanta sound.
Yeah.
You know, which has morphed into many things afterwards, but it started with that one song.
Yeah.
What would you like people to remember about D-Rock in his career, even though it only spanned one single and one album, the first album ever out of Atlanta?
Small reminder.
Well, just know that I guess I'm like I came, did what I had to do, you know, and but I guess you can look at me now. You can, you know, maybe I can be an example of a lot of guys that's out there now. You know, when you're in the height of your career, focus on the career, leave the streets alone. You know, focus on that. You know, and but you know my resilience. You know, my resilience. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the game. You know, still doing my thing. So I guess I can be an inspiration to those, and especially those from my hood. I always wanted to do it, you know, just let them know that we can make it right here in East Point. You didn't have to fly to California, fly to New York. You know, right. Make it right here, you know.
All right. I'm going to say this to our, what we call the usual suspects. You know, in other words, Raheem the Dream, MC Shy D,
and Kilo, DJ Taz,
DJ Smurf from Mr. Colley Park.
Yeah.
Y'all out here doing these shows all the time. You want to help hype up the show? Y'all need to put D-Rock in your set.
I know that's right.
Yeah, man.
The people want to see D-Rock.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, your show will go 10 times over, bigger than you thought.
Yeah.
If you all of a sudden, I'm going to say, you don't have to stop and say, everybody, here's D-Rock.
Yeah.
No. Just in the middle
Bring
of
them out.
I'm saying, just, you know, while you bumping your big song or you know, or the lull in your show,
Yeah.
you bumping it, and all of a sudden that song just come on, and you just say, ladies and gentlemen, D-Rock, and boom, and he's out there doing the song because the song's already playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I concur.
I'm telling you all, we have to link up, work together to keep our scene, especially them first 10 years of hip hop going.
Well, you know what? Let me say this now. There's one thing I always have respected about the New York guys, because I always felt like they always had a great respect for, you know, for the history, you know, for how it started. You know, I mean, you know, I feel like that's what keeps the game going. When somebody say, well, you know what, man, this cat from my hood did this, man, I'm finna, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna come out and, you know what I'm saying, inspire me to do something even better, you know, because the way I see the game, just like I mean, just think about how Einstein, when he developed the theory of relativity, and Sir Isaac Newton, the gravity, and the other guys, you know what I'm saying?
You're getting too deep.
But
You're getting too deep.
But actually, what I'm trying to say was that they built they findings was based on what the other guy before them had laid down. So it's a continuous thing. So that's the way I see hip hop. You know, we just building off of, you know, what the guys did before us. But I believe you should acknowledge you know, your roots and your history. You know, when you don't do that, then you tend to don't have no solid foundation. You know, because we all came from somewhere.
All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And in Atlanta, let me say this though, and I know a lot of people dispute about the Atlanta rap game, how I got started, but it's all those talking about it who wasn't there in the beginning, and then there's some guys that was in the beginning that don't, like you say, that don't want to give me credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be specific, but you know, it's all good. You know, I mean, every what's in the dark got to come to light anyway.
Oh yeah.
You know.